Hello, it's Linda here. I've got another mini album to share with you today. This one is made the same way as my previous mini album. It's just a different style. This is more modern because the papers were more modern and it suited a more modern style. There's a few differences in the design, but the construction, the basic construction of how the pages are put together are the same. And I will make a tutorial for this probably when I come back from holiday. I used 3 rings to bind it this time rather than one in the top corner to make it more like a little book. I just wanted to do it a bit differently, and these ribbons from the Ribbon Girl, beautiful colours that went so well with the papers, just short lengths of those, just looped and tied around the rings. It's all the embellishment that it needs there, I think. The frame on the front is from CC Designs Make a Card, and I used the little tab die that was in there as well inside. This die is a Tailored Expression die, and I popped it up on a little bit of adhesive foam just to make it pop out. And I've used almost the whole set of these dies. It comes in a set of 6 different ones, all baby themed, and the only one that I didn't use was the duck. And embellished the front, this tiny little bow. I have to say I didn't do that one by hand. I do often tie my bows by hand, but that is too small for my fingers to manage, so I did use a Bow Easy for that. And then decorated with just some enamel dots. I do have to say I rarely use enamel dots because they don't really mostly go with the style of cards that I make. I love them on other people's cards, but they don't mostly look right on mine. But on this they were perfect. They kind of look like a Smartie explosion, don't they? And then I just use these tiny little feet here, this little charm. So I just stuck down with a little piece of very strong adhesive tape, so it's not going anywhere. Okay, so when we open it up, I'll try and keep this in the camera. The first page, the photo mat is just held in with this piece of ribbon to match the little bow on the front, and that just slides in. We've got a little button to go with to match in on the bottom here. And sorry, get in the way there. The photo mat just slides out. I kept the back plain on there. I may put some plain. This pad of paper comes with lots of patterns, and there are also a couple of plain papers that go with, so I might put some of that on the back. I haven't decided yet. So that slips in there and is held by the ribbon. And these rings here stop it kind of slipping out the other side. This is 2 photo mats. Again, I used another one of those Tailored Expression dies from the set, just embellished with a couple of tiny little enamel dots. I just did 2 photo mats here. This is the kind of standard size one in there. I'm not sure. I think that may be 3 inches and 2 3/4 inches, and then a slightly smaller one. Just for a bit of fun, really. Those are held together by this fun little paper clip that looks like a speech bubble. And I have to say, I'd seen these clips in a few craft places, and they were sold in, I think, sets of 6 or something like that for really quite an expensive price. And I bought a big pot of loads from IKEA for about the same price that I would have bought 6 of them from a craft shop. And not that I was looking for them in IKEA, it just happened to be in IKEA and spotted them. So keep your eyes out, because you can spot a bargain sometimes. So we go on here. I stuck down this photo mat to the card, but I just stuck it down with score tape on 3 sides. Cut this little pram. This is another Tailored Expression die, a small one. just to embellish it. And this tag is MFT tag stacks, and I just used this little tab which comes as part of the CC Designs Maker card set that I used on the front, to just slip in and make a little tab to pull the tag out, and decorated that with a little button. And I quite like the way that pops out at the top, makes kind of a little decoration there, looks nice. This page I made a little fold out, so there's 3 spaces there, 3 photo mats there, and another one there, and that's just held together, as you could probably hear, with a magnet, the little basic grey magnets. And I stuck that one a little bit too close to the edge. I'd never used them before, didn't realise, so I will have to try and get some glue behind that and hold that down. Next time I'll put the magnet further in. And before I stuck the paper down on this coaster, what I did was I've got some little craft envelopes that are designed to put larger tags in, and I cut that down a bit and stuck that to the coaster before I stuck on my design paper to make a little pocket for these tags. And when these tags have slipped in, they actually look like little divider tabs, which I thought looked quite fun. So they just pull out like that. I just kept them plain on that side for some journaling. So you've got pattern paper and then the white, and then flip over and the white and the pattern paper, which I thought looked quite nice together anyway. That one again pulls out and just slips back in there, and because it's got the little envelope behind it, it slides in easily and doesn't get stuck. Here I made a little pocket, and I used a stitch zigzag die from La La Land, which makes a nice shape for the pocket. The pocket is, I think, just actually cut straight across, but the way I line the die cut up, it looks like the actual pocket is cut that way. I really wasn't that clever. I just used the die, so it looks like it. And on this photo mat, I used the little tab die again from the Maker card set to make a little tab that you could pull the photo mat out with, which I thought looked quite nice. These tiny little dies are so fun. They're from Memory Box. They come in this little set of 4, and you can see there's a little baby's bottle, a rattle, a little dummy, or a pacifier as you'd call it in the States, and a little duck. On this page I made a flip down page, and I just used these buttons to secure. These buttons are actually sewn on, so I put the design paper on here, and then I pierced some holes, sewed the buttons on, and then covered the sewing with the paper on the back there. And I used the plain coloured paper and a pattern paper, so you could either put 2 photos on there, or you could put a photo on here and some journaling on here, because the plain paper will allow you to write. And that very thin ribbon, which is stuck behind, you can just use to wind round and keep that closed. Because I sewed them, there's room behind for that to wind that ribbon, but they are very strong and they'll stay on. They won't pop off if you'd put glue on there. And this page I used another one of that set of 6 dies, and I just stuck it down at the edge like that, and that's just to stop it from falling out of this little corner pocket that I made here. I stuck some more of the little enamel dots there, and this just literally slides out and then just slides back in again. And then finally on the last page I did another photo mat, used another one of those dies from the set, and that's just stuck here and here. So it just holds it in the corner like that, and it makes it look like you're kind of using the, I think it kind of looks like it's pinned by the safety pin. And then the back I just kept playing with some more of this lovely paper. I love that blocks design. So that's my finished album. I do hope you like it, and thank you very much for watching.